Hi everyone, I'm coming at you today with my February TBR. I didn't actually do a TBR for January because I knew I was going to try and finish a lot of different series off, and I wasn't sure what order those were coming in or how many we've managed to squeeze in. But things are looking a lot healthier now. I'm actually challenging myself to only read books beginning with the word "the" in February. Sounds like a weird one, but we realised how many we had that we hadn't read, and we were like, that's a nice easy way to just cross off a lot of things from a few different genres and just get them gone. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to start with the books that I'm planning on reading by myself. The first one of those is The Crown by Kira Cass. I read the rest of the selection series last year. This is the last book in a separate duology, so it follows the original trilogy. And I haven't really been enjoying the other ones, but it's so thin, I'm just going to get it done and then I'm going to donate the whole series, so that'll get a nice little gap on our shelves. The next book I'm planning on reading is The Replacement by Brenna Yovanov. I really don't remember anything about this one at all. I've got a feeling that the guy is like a changeling. I might be completely wrong because I bought this just after it came out, and it came out in 2010 and I still haven't read it. So we're going to get this one ticked off. Hopefully I'll enjoy it, but if not, then this one will also end up finding a new home. I then got The Rag Witch by Garth Nix. I've heard a lot of good things about Garth Nix, but most of his books are parts of series, so I thought I'd start with this one. It's a standalone. It sounds like it's going to be quite scary, and it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun because I think it's aimed at a younger crowd, so it's kind of like teens rather than young adults. I then got The Museum of Heartbreak by Meg Leder. This is another book that I bought when it came out. I don't think it was as long ago as The Replacement. No, this one came out in 2016, so I've still had it for 4 years, but again, very, very skinny, so it should be a nice, easy one to get ticked off. I then got The Impossible Knife of Memory by Laurie Halse Anderson. Laurie Halse Anderson's Speak is one of my favourite books of all time. I've read some of her other books. Winter Girl's another favourite, but a lot of them have been really disappointing, so I've been a bit hesitant to pick this one up, but I'm just going to force myself to give it a go, and hopefully it'll be one of the ones that I enjoy. I then also got The Ruining by Anna Colmore. This is about a girl who is a nanny for a rich family in California. Sounds like it's going to be quite creepy, which I always enjoy. And even though it's a hardback, it's actually quite thin and the text is quite nicely spaced, so hopefully I'll be able to speed through that as well. We've also got The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. I wasn't sure whether to try and read this and Blue Lily, Lily Blue in January and then read The Raven King in February, but I decided to read this one in February and the other two in March because then it spaces it out a bit more. I read the first book in December. I'll be filming the December wrap-up soon. You might have already seen it, not sure when we're going to upload them. But I actually really enjoyed it. It wasn't quite what I was expecting, but I'm definitely looking forward to carrying on with the series because I've heard it just gets better, and my best friend says this is the best book out of the 4, so hopefully I'll agree with her. I've then got a few books that I'm planning on reading with my partner this month. We're going to try and read The Lord of the Rings / The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. We're not sure whether we're just going to read one of them or whether we're going to read a few, so I've got the whole box here for you, and it's such a gorgeous little set. My partner has read them and this is going to be a reread for him, but I've only read half of The Fellowship of the Ring and then I just stopped and then never carried on, and that was in 2014, and so I thought it was about time, especially with the passing of Christopher Tolkien last month. I thought it's about time that we just pick these up and read them because they're such a classic and everybody says that they're really, really great. We've then also got The Summoner by Taran Matharu. I started reading this a few years ago, just before it came out, but it reminds me a lot of Pokemon, so every time I picked it up I just put it down because I wanted to play Pokemon. I'm hoping that by reading this with my partner it'll keep me on the straight and narrow, but it might just mean that we both end up playing Pokemon, and then at least we're doing something together rather than just being super unproductive on my pyjamas on my own. And then we've also got The Secret Commonwealth by Philip Pullman. I was going to add a few more really short books to this TBR, but then I decided because this one is a chonky boy that it would be better to just get this one done. We are halfway through La Belle Sauvage at the moment, still got a few days left in January, so we're going to get it done and then we're going to try and read this one. Read the rest of his Dark Materials series earlier this month, so the January wrap-up will be coming soon. You'll get to see our thoughts on them, but based off the fact that we're picking up another one, you can imagine that we did really enjoy them. For the first time ever, I'm also doing a TBR jar, so I realised I have 600 unread books on my NetGalley. You might think that's ridiculous. I have read 200 books. So like I've still got like a 25% ratio, which is just ridiculous. But I decided that this year I'm going to crack down on it. So we're going to start with a jar filled with all of the books I have on NetGalley that have "the" in the title. And I'm going to pick 5 of them out to read this month if I can. A lot of them are really old and irrelevant. So if I get to 25% and I'm not enjoying them, I'm actually going to be DNFing them, which I hardly ever do. But gonna get that NetGalley sorted out. So let's find out what we're gonna be reading this month. Oh, this is quite tense. Okay, so the first one is The Messenger. And then I've got to look them up on Goodreads afterwards because I didn't write the authors' names down to make the things a bit smaller. Then we've got The Lost Letters of William Wolfe. We've got The Sham. I think these are all really old ones. Oh no. I separated the papers out so it would be nice and spread out. Oh my god, we got The Smoke Thieves. I'm really excited about this one. This is by Sally Green. This is the first one in like a duology. I've got the second one also on my NetGalley, so I'm going to be reading both of these this month, so that adds another one on. Also begins with "the," so that's not cheating. But yay, I was really hoping to pick this one out quite early. And then last but not least, we've got The Sisters of the Winter Wood. So out of those 5, I know what one of them is. So let's quickly look up the rest on NetGalley so I can at least tell you who they're by and whether I think I'm going to be interested in them. I'm definitely excited about reading The Smoke Thieves. I got a arc of it in an Illumicrate box and then I gave birth and I didn't get around to reading it, which was stupid of me because I was so excited about it because I read Half Bad, one of my favourite books. Haven't finished that trilogy because I didn't want anybody to die. Should probably finish that series as well this year. That will go on the list next. So the first one that I've looked up is The Sham, which is by Ellen Allen. This is about a girl who would love to leave her dead-end town, but her boyfriend is very sick. So that sounds like that's going to be a sad one. It's very short, so I'm definitely going to be getting that one done. Hopefully won't make me cry too much. Might be why I've been putting it off. Then we've got The Messenger. The Messenger is by Pamela Dumond. It also has a photographer. I'm not sure whether the images are going to be in the NetGalley copy, so I will let you know about that. This is a spooky horror, a boy from the past, a girl from the future. So that sounds like something, again, that's going to be really up my alley. You'd hope that they all would be because I obviously requested them all for a reason, but then also it's been 5 years and I haven't read them. 7 years. 2013 was a long time ago. It's been 7 years and I haven't read them yet, so maybe I should just not be allowed to do NetGalley. Next up, we've got The Sisters of the Winter Wood. I can remember being really excited about this. I can see the cover in my head. I can't remember who it's by, but I've heard really good things about this one. It's by Raina Rosner. I've got a feeling this is like a mythological retelling. Oh, someone who can transform into a bear, someone who can transform into a swan. So it sounds like it's going to be quite magical. Don't really have any books like that on the TBR so far this month, so that is a really nice little pick. And then last but not least, we've got The Last Letters of William Wolfe. Now, I can remember looking this one up and it being about somebody who worked in a lost letters office, which I thought was a really fun concept. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, I want to read it, but I also want to put it in the jar. So we've picked that one out as well. It's by someone called Helen Cullen. And yeah, it's set in the Dead Letters Depot in East London, and he's one of 30 detectives who try to reunite people with their lost post, which is a really cute little concept. And it sounds like he's going to find his great love that way, which already sounds like it's going to make me cry. So that is our TBR for this month. We've also got like a couple that we're thinking about doing on my library app. I think The Disappearances by Emily Bain Murphy, because I keep putting that off and I am really excited about it. And The Lost Sisters by Holly Black, because we read the rest of the Folk of the Air series last month in December. So we want to just read the novella to get that ticked off. That's if we can get to those, but those aren't a priority. But hopefully we'll be able to get to all of these. I am going back to work full-time middle of the month, so reading's going to go a bit downhill. But we're going to do what we can, and then hopefully when we do a February wrap-up, you'll be really impressed with how many books beginning with the that we've managed to get ticked off. If you feel like joining in the challenge, just let me know down in the comments, and we can try and pick some more books for each other. And I'll see you next month / later this month when we eventually get a filming schedule a bit sorted. Okay, bye!